because we are in a season where most churches have basically been shut in. I won't say shut down. They've been shut in, and churches have basically been forced to. They've been forced to operate. Oops, give me a second, people. I'm trying to take away this background stuff. No, none. Okay. Because this is not a church matter. Okay. All right. So we are trying to and part of what I'm doing is to try to educate and help as many of our pastors and ministers that are out there, because the way things are going now, and it's going to be so for a while. Even in the US, we've just been told that we have another 4 weeks to be able to deal with this. So that means some of this stuff is going to go on for a while. And I wanted to make sure that even when Corona goes down, the way we all do church is going to change forever. We're going to go back to our live churches, but we're going to find out that a lot has changed. By the time you do internet service for 4 or 5 weeks, you're going to find out that a lot of people are going to get used to that. It's going to take a while for our churches to start getting filled up again the way they used to be, because people are still going to have this mindset about being in a crowd and catching disease in a crowd and all that. So you as a church, you as a pastor, you as a church worker, you want to more or less continue to upgrade your level of digital Netvangelism. I've been big on this. I've been talking about this for years before people even knew what Netvangelism was about. I've been talking about it when I first talked about the idea of an all-internet church. Some people laughed at me. Some people say I'm an heretic. Some people say, how can you worship God online? How can you do church service online? Now Corona came, all of us are stuck. We don't have a choice. And I feel that if we are going to do this, many pastors are doing their best. But what I'm seeing now from monitoring services on Sundays is that many pastors are still at the rudimentary level. Good to see you, Falon Shaw, one of our top editors and publishers out there. Appreciate you. And this today, we are, and this kind of discussions I'm going to be doing in every industry, even in the publishing industry. Because when Corona goes down, you are going to find out that the world that you know has changed. And digital is going to be taking a big chunk of it. I remember when I taught at City People, I think that was 5 years ago, I told them, I said, a time is coming when somebody will just sit down on his phone or on his computer and it will make more money than all this building that City People has gathered together here. Everybody laughed. I said, without staff, without office building and all that. And that is proving to be correct. Where somebody, a blogger, can put down as much money or more than a publishing house with 50 staff and 5 buildings. The same way with church. The way church is going now, things are going to change drastically, and churches who know what's up are going to be the one that are going to be thriving, because this particular broadcast is for churches. So I'm going to focus a little bit on that. So what most pastors are doing now, they're just scrambling. Some of them, they will record their sermon and they'll push it on YouTube, open their members, will watch some of these things later. Some of them are trying, they're going live, but they're still doing live internet service as if they are broadcasting their live church into the internet, and they need to take their game to the next level. That is not working. In other words, you are no longer doing live streaming. All that big money that you're wasting, all those thousands and millions of naira you spend on live streaming equipment, all those big wires to connect you to the internet, all those are becoming obsolete. Now it is made for internet church service. It is not a church service that you are broadcasting online. We are talking about a made for internet church service where everything about it, everything is done on the internet. We are the Cyber Embassy of Christ. We are already proven that we don't have a church building. We don't have anything. But we have more than 29,000 followers. My broadcast on Sunday, right now, I think we have about 4,000 people who have been able to watch my sermon on Sunday. And we have not even spent any money on adverts. By the time I put in $200 on that, I can get that to 100,000 people. That is the new church. So while the physical buildings are not going to go away, there will always be physical churches. I get that. But more and more people will need to be ministered to on the internet, even after Corona is gone. And you can't keep doing it the way you are doing it. You can't keep spending all that money just doing broadcasts from your main pulpit to the from your pulpit to the internet through your phone, and you think that you are doing church. No, we have to figure out how are we going to disciple people online. How are we going to start doing Holy Communion on the internet? I said this, people laugh at me. So I was very surprised when I see some of the big churches now doing Holy Communion on the internet. It's coming. You have to do church new members class. We were the first to do that. We did it inside a Facebook group. I just trained about 200 and something people, okay, who are going to be, we have 540 workers who have volunteered to be workers of the church. We just did the first training for the first set through a Facebook group. Members class, a class members class. What normally takes 4 weeks is now 1 week, because you do one class a day and then you record it and then you can answer people's questions. It's a new ball game. You have to do evangelism online now, because you are not going to say because you are closed down for Corona for 4 weeks, you are not going to evangelize. You're not going to say because you are closed down for 4 weeks, you're not going to do Bible study in an interactive way that people can ask questions and be answered. So you need to take your game beyond that, uploading video to YouTube or broadcasting from your phone or doing the old physical church, trying to share their service on the internet. You need to elevate to made for internet service. An internet service, a church service that has nothing to do with offline. Your speakers are invited into your back office, just like we do at Cyber Embassy. If we have a guest speaker, we bring them into the back office, our digital studio, this studio that I'm using right now. They can go live with me. We can have a chat. That is where this is going. So what I want to do right now is to share some tools for pastors, because you need to take your game to the next level. Otherwise, you're going to find out that your members are gone. On Sunday, I was monitoring some of my clients. There was a church that has more than 5,000 members, one of the biggest churches in Nigeria. And there's another church that on a regular Sunday, maybe they have 200, 300 people. I consult for both. Okay. The other one that I did, one of them had 3 times the number of viewers of their sermon when it was preaching, the one with 300 members. The one with 5,000 members had less than the people with regular church attendance of 300. The game is changing. In January, for only $300, I was able to reach 630,000 people with a sermon of 45 minutes. In other words, I'm preaching to 640-something thousand people for only $300. How many churches have that? That is the new game in town. So you need to get the tools to elevate the quality of your church service, to make it more interactive, to make it more responsive to people who will be following you on the phone. Because more and more of your members, if this goes on for another 4 or 5 weeks, all of a sudden they will realize that they can do church in their house. So attendance at churches, yeah, maybe the first day they declare it open, there'll be lots of people in churches to go and do Thanksgiving, but they're going to revert back. And if you want to be relevant as a church, you want to keep your membership, you want to keep your impact going, you need to upgrade the level of the way you operate. And to do that, you need tools. It's not just prayer. I used to have one of my proteges who told me that anybody who's in the ministry don't need to go for training, that the Holy Spirit will teach them. I say, how ignorant can you be? Holy Spirit cannot put in your head what you didn't go and try to learn. Holy Spirit magnifies. Holy Spirit gives you ideas, but you have to study yourself approved for you to be able to do great work. So if you're a pastor, a church worker, or even a church visitor, I did a training 3 days ago about how to prepare yourself for Sunday service. Because many of us, when we are doing Sunday service right now, we just watch a phone. Some of us are naked. Some of us are, no. You are going to service on the internet. You dress up. You say, well, I'm dressed up right now. You prepare to meet your maker, to really worship. I did a training on that. If you're a Christian who want to know how to enjoy church service on Sunday, please watch that. Today, I want to share the best Netvangelism tools for churches to maximize or to skyrocket their digital church outreach. And some of the stuff I'm going to be teaching. Some of you out there, whether you're a publisher or you have a business, some of this stuff you can apply to your own business. Because the internet is where most things are happening right now. And after Corona, it's not going to disappear. All right? So pay attention. I've been saying this for years, but now all of a sudden, every pastor is calling, most pastors are calling me, help me with this, help me with that. And I'm like, okay, I will do that. But you guys need to take yourself serious. It's going to involve some work. You cannot, what brought you here cannot take you there. What made your church to be hot 10 years ago is not what is going to happen today. The world is changing. All right. So let's look at some of the tools that you're going to need to be able to do your church better. The first tool I wanted to share is something called BeLive. B.Live. That's actually this thing that I'm using. All right. B.Live is a broadcast tool, and it is very cheap. In fact, it's free. B.Live, you go there, it is free. All right. What is beautiful about this is that with the BeLive app, all right. Sorry, wrong slide. Let me. All right. So now we're talking about BeLive. With BeLive, you can actually invite up to 10 guests and show up to 4 people on screen at the same time. So your church service can be like the way you see CNN, where something is scrolling at the bottom, where you have the guest in there. You can feature one guest, or you can feature 2. More or less, you have your own e-pulpit. What most of our churches do now, there's no e-pulpit there. Somebody is there, they're on their stage in their church, the worship team performs there, and the pastor is somewhere preaching on the stage to people at home. But in a situation where you can't gather, you can't have a guest pastor, you can't have somebody else take offering. But with a broadcast equipment, and there are several of them out there, I'm going to talk about it in a second, you can have a broadcast equipment where that is cheap, sometimes even free. Not all those millions and millions and millions that you spend in your church to do that streaming. Now, with a simple app, like a BeLive, like Livestream, all those things, they are free or cost less than $30 a month. You can invite up to 10 guests into your Cybertorium. That's what we call our own church auditorium at the Cyber Embassy of Christ. The Cybertorium, which is like your church auditorium. So you can have your ministers displayed there. And I'm going to do a separate video where I walk you through how the BeLive studio works, so that the person that is in London that is going to be doing the offering is in the same studio with you. The person that is in Nigeria that's going to share the word is in the studio. You can introduce them, you can have a chat, and then the next thing you know, you put them live and they do their thing. All right, so you can get this amazing e-pulpit tool. I call it an e-pulpit tool at belive.netvangelism360.com. Okay, I don't own the software. I'm just recommending it for you as one of the affiliates. Is what I use. In fact, it's what I'm using to make this broadcast right now. Every time you watch the Cyber Embassy, we use BeLive ourselves. That's why I'm recommending it. There are many more tools out there, but that one is so convenient because with BeLive, you can add your church brand to your broadcast, like here, as you can see right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse. You can see Netvangelism 360 at the top. I can easily make that the brand of my church. Let's say we are doing the Cyber Embassy service now. I can change it, as you can see right now. I can change it to Cyber Embassy. I can have our own in-house banner to show that you are live with the Cyber Embassy. As you can see right here, it's the Cyber Embassy of Christ and live church service. When we are doing Bible study, we change it. All right. When we are doing just a second, when we are doing my kingdom talk during the week, which is my daily stuff, we change the banner. When we are doing Who Wants to Be a Disciple, it's a quiz show that we have. You can personalize the banners, and then you can bring in as many guests as you want into that particular broadcast. You can go live in minutes. All you need is your laptop and an internet connection, even a phone. I was just doing a test run for our inauguration coming up on Sunday for our church. the Cyber Embassy of Christ, and one of the guest pastors, I brought him into the digital studio, and we were practicing how he's going to deliver. And he was in London, but he was able to join me in our cybertorium, and we were having discussions, and I was showing him how to go live and how to go off. As a serious church, you need to get that now. That allows you to do a for internet church service, where you're actually also going to have your worship, where you play it, and it looks very live. When it's time for offering, you call the person who's going to do that. And then the beauty about it now is church is getting interactive. You can actually pull up, whether while you are preaching or while you are doing welcoming, you can actually bring in the comments. You can see me bringing in the comments of some of the people that are even watching this right now. So you can personalize. Where I'm going here is that you can personalize service. Internet is personal. You can't just preach down at people anymore and just do whatever you want. That is in the ancient of days. These days, people want to have an interaction while service is going. All right, so you want to do that. So here I can, somebody can ask me a question about Christ even while I'm preaching, and he has some questions. I can just pull up his the person's question on the screen if I want, or I can just read it myself because I see all the thing on the side, and then I can respond, so that someone is no longer you just coming to dump down on people. While you are teaching, you can actually respond to people's questions about this and work that into your sermon. That is the next level of this thing, and your church needs to start figuring that out. You can show the live comments. You can use lower text like I'm doing right now to display your notes. This is where instead of a PowerPoint in your church, main church building, you can actually display your notes at the bottom the way I'm doing. So people can have a rich experience, and you can preset that like I'm doing now. You can see I'm not typing, those are my two hands. I already put what I want to show on the screen. With one button, I can show it. With another button, I can take it away. And you can do all of that through very simple broadcast equipment. The one I recommend, okay, is for this e-pulpit, I call it the e-pulpit, is BeLive. And you can get it at belive.netvangelism.com. There are several others out there, of course. There's others like Livestream, Restream, and all that. But this is one I recommend. Or StreamYard.com. Those two, they're the best because they're easy for anybody to use, and they're cheap. More importantly, they don't cost as much as thousands of dollars. BeLive is free. It has a free version. So if you don't want to bring too many people to your studio, maybe only one person who's going to minister with you, maybe the person is in Germany, who's going to officiate with you for that Sunday, then you don't need the paid app. You only need the paid one when you are doing more than 2 people on your e-pulpit. And I think you should do that. It costs like $20 a month. Okay, how cheap can that get compared to all that big equipment that you have to service with all those guys that you have to pay and all those materials you have to buy? So that's tool number one that I think if you're going to take your game to the next level, you need to have. The second tool I also need, you need a rebroadcast equipment or software. No equipment now. All these are online. You don't need to mess around spending lots of money. This rebroadcast tool or app that when you are live on Facebook, you can also be simultaneously live on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Telegram, on about maybe 20 or 30 different social media at the same time, because all your people are not on Facebook at the same time. So when we go live, we are live also on my LinkedIn account. We are live on our church Telegram account. We are live on our church Facebook group, so that wherever people are online, they can follow you. That you need to have to increase the number of people that you reach with every one of your services. A soul is a soul is a soul is a soul, is what I always say. Whether the person is right in front of you in your church building or the person is in Sri Lanka, the word of God is the word of God. God is one that does the work of conviction. Not you, not me. Our job is to share the word out there and then pray that the God of harvest himself will bring in the harvest. So you need a broadcast equipment now that can broadcast simultaneously to so many places at the same time. The one I recommend is called it's a service that you can use to broadcast to 30 different platforms from only one place. You can go to Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, TikTok, everywhere at the same time without doing anything. And that allows you to reach millions of people, to engage with them and minister to them from your laptop, wherever you are. You only go live in one place, like Facebook, and then it takes it everywhere. You want to check this tool out if you're a pastor out there or you're a worker, you want to recommend this to your pastor. Okay, Restream.io. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tool. We have it. It is not very expensive. They also have a free version. So this is not about money. If your church does not want to use all the major frills there, just stay with the free version and do your thing. Even the paid version is not like it's expensive, like $40 a month type of thing. Almost everything that you're going to need to upgrade the level of your service on the internet now, they are much cheaper compared to what you would do offline. Practically every church can afford to spend the $40 every month to be able to broadcast to 20 or 30 different places simultaneously. And they are easy to use. I am not technical. I'm not a technical guy. I market software. Even though I own several, I don't know how to make them. So don't think that you have to be technical to be able to use these tools. And if you have to be technical, then that's what you're going to do. You go to Bible school to be able to know how to preach the word. You go to workers training to be able to know how to serve as an usher. They give you training. So why won't you go do training about how to learn tools to be able to help you to take the word of God to the next level? Because people are home now. You can only do that your what I call 2017 model for so long, where you tell 2 or 3 of your people to come to church on Sunday morning, and then they come and sing, and then you're also there. You leave your house, and then you go and stand on your pulpit in your church, and then you're preaching from there. That makes no sense in this day and age. It is not even personal enough. Like what we are having now, this is a direct to internet production. So me and you, we are talking. We're having a chat. And you can do that from your house. And your ministers that are working with you, they all operate from their houses. But everybody comes online through this service. So go check it out. If you're watching, let your make a note of it. Restream.io. Let your pastors check it out. Let your admin people check it out. You workers, go figure out how it works. Teach your pastor. Your pastor may be analog, but now you are not going to be able to do effective gospel outreach if you refuse to learn social media. That means you are just going to be waiting until they open the house. And then what kind of pastor are you? So even if you are not used to internet before, then you better. You are home now. You go start studying. Google. Go to YouTube. Start studying. Because all of a sudden, ability to minister through the internet waves has become a requisite requirement for you to pastor effectively. Right now, yeah, you might say Corona is just for a limited time. Do you know what other one will come next week and they lock us down again? You can minister to 500 people in front of you. What if you have the skills to be able to use the internet to minister to another 30,000? Is the kingdom of God not moving forward with that? So it is worth it for you to go learn how to use this stuff. Okay, you need digital tools for prayer line and staff meetings. Obviously, the fact that we are locked down now, you can't tell all your workers to come to your house for church for meeting. So which means you have to start learning, how do I do staff meeting online? How can I continue the prayer line? One of my very good friends, Pastor Leke, is doing great with it. In fact, he's been doing that before Corona. He has this prayer line thing where people calling from all over the world. Sometimes hundreds, 800, 700 people are calling in from all over the world for the hour of prayer. That is Netvangelism. They don't have to be physically in your church for the word of God to move forward. So you as a pastor also, you need to start asking yourself, how am I going to be doing my prayer line? Right now, prayers are so important for churches. This is when they should be doing their vigil every day, because there's a scourge out there. There's a pestilence that is killing people all over the place. This is the time for them to go militant. But how are they going to do it if they cannot gather together as believers and pray? So you need tools that you can use for a prayer line, both audio and video, where people can call in from everywhere and participate. If it is a workers' training, a workers' prayer session, you just give them a link or you give them a number. Everybody gets online with you, and you guys go in the presence of the Lord. More and more of that is going to be happening. Night vigil, global night vigil. You're not going to close your vigil because church is closed. You need tools to do that. I'm going to share a couple with you in a minute. So the software for audio, if you want to do, in fact, even has video, free conference call app. The free conference call HD app has both video and audio, and it is free. Again, this is not all about money. It is about knowledge and knowing how to use technology to take the kingdom to the next level. That is what I'm trying to share with you people. So when you get off this phone, make this note, talk to your leaders, talk to your pastors, talk to your workers. What is this free conference call app that I'm hearing about? Everybody downloads it. You call a meeting, they dial in, they have a code. You can have your meeting, both audio or video. You can have your workers' vigil. You can have your pastor's vigil, either by audio or by video. This is next level Netvangelism I'm trying to teach people here. Thank God a lot of people are listening now. I've been saying this stuff for a couple of years now. And people think I'm just talking. But we're here. It's either you're going to let your souls be lost because somebody's going to be teaching them something. Everybody's home now. There are a lot of videos out there. There are a lot of games out there. Some of them satanic, some of them not so good, some of them neutral. So if your church is not active on a daily basis in the life of your members in these difficult times, it's a whole different type of church members you're going to have after 2 months. So the time has passed where your church will only be active on Sunday morning. Your members are on the internet 7 days of the week. Right now, all of us are on the internet. What are we doing? We get bored looking at ourselves in the house. So they're either watching TV, or they are browsing somebody, or they're on WhatsApp, or they're on the internet. It's about time your church figures out how it can get involved on a daily basis too. One of them is this free conference call app. You have to get it. It's free. Get the HD version. Free conference call HD. If you search for it in your app store, you will see it. It is 100% free. Or you can use Zoom. I'm a very big fan of Zoom.us. Zoom is where you can do meeting, you can do training. That's where we are training our church members, those who signed up to be members of the Cyber Embassy church. We train them on Zoom. The same church membership class that you do in your church, we have our own online. First day, we talk to them about the first part of the training. Second day, we talk about the second part. Third day is a 4-part training. Typically, we do it over 4 weeks in a physical church. But now it's a 1-week training, 1 hour at a time, Monday to Thursday. They are done. They get a certificate of membership at Cyber Embassy. Your church also need to do that. You're not going to say because you are shut down now, you're not going to get new members joining your church. That's all I'm saying. You need to move from survival mode to thriving mode as a church. Right now, most churches are in survival mode. They don't know what hit them. So right now, they are just happy if on Sunday morning, they are able to preach something. And I'm saying, take your game to the next level. Because everybody else is. The church of Satan is taking his game to the next level. Those who are selling mobile apps for people to watch, for children to watch, they are taking their game to the next level. What is the children plan? What is the plan for the children ministry in your ministry during this lockdown? Or your children don't count because you're on lockdown? What is your plan for growing the church? How do you get people from watching you to become members of your church while you're on lockdown? That is next level thinking, people. And we are there. We are growing every day. Okay, we are going to do official inauguration of our church on Sunday. Some of you should join us. We're having Pastor Leke from London and Mommy Roslyn Oduyemi from Lagos, who are going to be dedicating the church. They're going to watch it live. They're going to join me in our Sabbatorium. I call our church e-pulpit Sabbatorium, just like they also have their own auditorium. Your church need to be thinking about this stuff. Okay, so go get the free conference call HD app or Zoom app to do meetings with your staff, meetings with your workers, and to also be able to do things like a prayer vigil. All you do is set the time. Everybody has a number to call, or they call from their app. They click a button. They are on there. And then you call on the name of the Lord. How hard can that be? You need to be thinking about that now. Number 4. And if you're just joining us, we're talking about trends, about tools that you can use to take your made for internet church service to the next level. The level we are in now is like websites. Remember, 5-6 years ago, people are just happy for their company or their church to have a website. But things have evolved. Your website should be making you money. Your website should be converting people for you. Your website should be doing much more than just being a pretty website. Same way with internet church service. You can't just feed your people on Sunday morning with that uploaded, recorded video that you have been doing for the last 2 weeks. Or even going to send people, they say, lock your office. You send people to your church to come and join you there. You as a pastor, you are standing on the pulpit by yourself, looking very funny, trying to preach to people at home. You are not personal. You need to get software to do a made-for-internet service. And that's what we are discussing, some of the ways to do this better. Number 14, you need to have, I'm trying to get on Facebook just to be sure that this thing is live out there. I'm seeing comments, so I know I'm live. So you can use. Okay, I see it. All right. So the fourth tool that you want to get is you need to have a newsletter. Remember now, digital communication is an ongoing thing as a pastor. So your church needs to have its own new newsletter now that is connected to an autoresponder for daily ministration. You want to speak to your people. They're not always going to be on Facebook. They're not always going to be on Instagram. But when you have your e-newsletter going with something called an autoresponder is where you send messages are sent automatically to hundreds or thousands of people with just one click of a button. And you have to get how your members can subscribe to that and how every day they can receive blessings from you. They can receive encouragement from you. They can receive notification from you on the next thing happening about concerning COVID. And when COVID is gone, that becomes a potent weapon. Instead of just announcing in church only your program, now you can reach your people by email. It's called, we call it email marketing. I was sharing with somebody that all these 7 years or so that I've gone to go learn digital marketing, that God is actually preparing me for me to use that for the body of Christ, because God knew a day like this is coming. And that is why you see me, I've been very aggressive in trying to teach and help pastors. And many of them I even help without charging any money. Okay, how to get basic stuff doing, how to get engagement on Facebook, how to do some of this stuff. In fact, I just did a 3-day Netvangelism conference, 6 hours a day, where I taught on different things. And I'm going to be letting you know how you can get a copy of the recording. That obviously won't be free. If you didn't make the free one, you have to pay a little amount of money to get this. But you need to be thinking about an email autoresponder as a powerful spiritual tool for these times, where they can wake up in the morning to a message from their pastor. And you don't have to wake up in that morning to do that message. You can do the message that's going to go out for the next 3 or 4 days, put it in your autoresponder, and it will deliver it automatically, say 7 a.m. in the morning. So that when they wake up in the morning, everybody in your church or who are subscribed to your e-newsletter, they receive a word of encouragement from you by email, by text. That is the next level church now. Even when Corona is gone, people are going to expect more from you than just coming to church on Sunday to come and give that an offering and go away. So what this digital thing is teaching us is now we can be involved with our people's spiritual development Monday to Sunday for those who really need it. The beauty, of course, is when you send mail to people, they have the right to say, I don't want to receive mail from this church anymore. that will not be their call. They can unsubscribe. But for those who do need it, who need to hear from their pastor daily, you get the tools to do that. So that is you can actually go and sign up for, I think they have a free trial of this tool at aweber.netvangelism360.com. Again, I don't own the software. I'm just an affiliate. And for transparency, when your church subscribe to this, they actually do pay me a commission for introducing you to them. But that is not increasing your money or reducing your money. It's just money for they pay me for recommending people to them. I myself, I use Aweber. I use it for my church. I don't even have a church. We don't have a building. So I have a autoresponder where we reach our members daily. If I want it, I can send them words of encouragement. I can send them a short a prayer for the morning. They wake up in the morning, they receive something from me. That will be a blessing to them. That is where you want to go with your church. And if you don't have that right now, you need to get it. It's called autoresponder. And you can get one at aweber.netvangelism360.com. With that, you as a pastor, you can actually sit down and write messages for the next 7 days to encourage your people. Short messages. And then they put it in the autoresponder. And on Monday, you tell it on Monday, 7 a.m., deliver this. Tuesday, 7 a.m., deliver this. Wednesday, 7 a.m., deliver this. And you forget about it. Automatically, it will deliver. Most of your church members would think you just sat down and sent them a message because they don't know better. But they start getting used to it if they get a message from their pastor at 7 a.m. every morning. They are blessed. And then if you need to send an immediate message to everybody simultaneously, you do a broadcast on your Aweber. That is through email. So you can use email to reach them. You can reach them on Facebook. You can reach them on text. You have an integrated ministry now that is digital. Even when the physical church is still going, these tools will still help you to grow your physical church. So don't be afraid thinking that, oh, people won't come to physical church anymore when you start doing digital. As a matter of fact, the experience we have had with some of my clients is that the more they do online, the more their physical churches grow because they reach more new people who have never heard of them and who are going to be excited to say, let me go see this person, this pastor in person. So don't join those pastors who are saying the internet is of the devil, is the Antichrist, mark of the Antichrist type of thing. Because now that Corona has locked you in, you are out of touch with your members. And whether you like it or not, somebody is ministering to them, somebody is reaching them, and then you need to get there. So you need to go get that. Another tool that you need to have something, a responsive website, okay, that you maintain the same way you clean your church every week. What most of us churches have now, we have a beautiful website for our church. We pay a lot of money to some guy to build it. Then we don't do anything with it. It is not maintained. The picture on your website is the one that was there 2 years ago. The sermon of your pastor that was there is the one that was delivered 6 months ago. So your church website is full of cobwebs. Meanwhile, you sweep your physical building every day. So you need to have somebody maintaining that side so that new content is going on in there every day, which includes the blog of the church, which includes updates on activities from different departments, the children ministry, the prayer ministry, the men's fellowship. Everybody is updating. This is where the work of your administrator comes in now. That you are always updating the content of your website. See it as the equivalent of sweeping your church building, because that is now your point of contact with your members. Many of us, by the time this is over, we are going to have lots of members that are not even in the same city with us, but they love your ministration. Maybe they watch a couple of Sundays and they fell in love with your ministration and the anointing of God upon your life. They follow you. If you have a consistent time that you worship online, that you go online, they will be there for you to come and be blessed by you. They will give to your ministry. It's even easier to give bigger money on the internet than to give in the offering box for those who want to give. But nobody's going to go on the internet and wants to give you money by their card, particularly outside Nigeria, and give you $5 or $10. But how many people put 2,000 naira or 3,000 naira in the offering box? So you have to learn how to start exploiting that, how to start making that easy for your members. They want to support your ministry. So you need to have a responsive website that you maintain regularly. For those of you who don't have one now, you want to get one, I encourage you to check out this site. It's going to be, incidentally, this is my site. I want to be up front here. When it is activated next week, you're going to be able to actually build a free site with it. We're going to give some months free, maybe 2, maybe 3 months, where you can actually build a site for your company that is responsive, not just any website. There's a site called wix.com right now that you can actually go to and build a site in practically minutes for free. Okay? In practically minutes for free. You need to get involved with that. You need to look at your current website. Is it responsive? Is it easy for people to navigate? Or is it an ancient of this website, or you say you don't care, the Holy Spirit is not on website? Well, guess what? The Holy Spirit has to work through you now on the internet. So you need to learn how to maintain your website. Number 6, again, if you're just joining us, I'm trying to share some of the Netvangelism tools that you need to take your ministry to the next level on the internet. We are moving beyond the basic level of just broadcasting from your church building to the internet. Now we are looking at a made-for-internet church service that from the beginning to the end of it is internet-based. It can be an additional service to your church when your church finally reopens, where you have one. It may be on Saturday. That will be your made-for-the-internet service for those who are not physical on ground for you. What you might have found out is that if you do that consistently enough, you may actually have more church members, much more mature members online, much more supportive members online than even those in the physical building, if you service them well, because you can do discipleship very well online now. Those are part of the stuff I'm going to be teaching you how to do. You can do fellowship online. We are right now breaking ourselves into fellowships at the Cyber Embassy of Christ. We're having fellowship, Single Mothers Fellowship. We're having Netpreneurs Fellowship. That's the one I started. We're having Movie Watchers Fellowship, where people join. And then you do the same thing you do in house fellowships. We're already doing it online right now. Many of us belong to small groups online. We belong to groups on WhatsApp. That's a fellowship. So why not now start training, making it part of your church, to train your church people to start having online fellowships? At least if they have online fellowship or Movie Watchers Club, they gather together to do a group watch of a movie. And that is very easy to do on Facebook right now, or in a Facebook group. Somebody brings a movie, they play the movie, everybody is watching it together, and they are chatting while they are watching the movie. Everybody's eating their popcorn in their own house. But the beauty of it is you are able to have interaction while watching movie together. That's fellowship. I'm having a fellowship of Kingdom Netpreneurs, those who want to learn how to do business online. We are going to be meeting once a week, and I'm going to be teaching them what they can do to make money online, to improve their business. For those who have offline businesses, maybe you're a tailor, maybe you're a photographer, maybe you're a lawyer. How can you use the internet to do your business better? That's what we're going to be discussing in that fellowship. So you need that. Again, coming back to number 6, I digress. You need an outreach funnel to get people more involved in your church. Now, this is a little bit more involved. Remember, when people watch your service on Sunday morning, if you don't have a means to put them together, all right? If you don't have a means to put them together, what happens is that you don't see them next week. And by the way, somebody is inboxing me that they want to know about the fellowship for the Cyber Embassy of Christ. We are going to publish. This is not a broadcast for the Cyber Embassy. This is a generic broadcast for the benefit of all churches out there. I don't want this to be seen as when I go on Netvangelism. Netvangelism 360 is a company, it's a for-profit business. I don't want people to think I'm trying to use it to get their members. So that's why I don't want to talk about Cyber Embassy details much. So I'm not going to give the link to that here. If you want, go to Cyber Embassy and go look for that. But what we are saying is that the outreach funnel, number 6 here, the outreach funnel is a way for you to continue to engage people after the first contact. Because if somebody ran across your website or ran across your Facebook page, and you don't have a funnel in place to be able to reach them tomorrow, what happens is that they forget about your church. There's going to be millions of churches online now. And I'm even teaching churches to start thinking next level. Because after some time, Facebook is going to start banning churches. You need to start preparing for that. Facebook is not owned by a pastor. Facebook is not owned by a born-again person. What will happen as more and more churches go online is that Facebook will start banning church programs. I'm not telling you that I'm being prophetic. I'm not speaking in my role as a pastor now. I'm speaking as a business person who can see from experience. So you as a church, you need to start learning how to migrate people off of Facebook. That's where your funnel comes in. That's why we are migrating to where we're going to give you a link for our church service. It's going to be a link to our website, even though we are going live on Facebook, so that the day Facebook bans us, you are still able to reach us on that link on our website. You need a funnel to do that. A funnel is where when people come into contact with your church. Again, I'm not trying to use this example to get people to join Cyber Embassy, but you can test this yourself as a pastor, okay, to see how this works, and I'll be in a position to help your church to do something like that. If you go to the Cyber Embassy page on Facebook right now, and you click on it as if you wanted to chat with us, a bot will start engaging you. I'm not there right now. None of my members is there monitoring it. It will tell you welcome. Then it will give you 3 options. Do you want to download your free gift? Do you want to know about our ministry? Do you want to talk to a pastor? You click a button, download free gift. It takes you to where you can download your free gift. And we have free gift for our members every week. If you say, I want to talk to a pastor, you click a button, it takes you to where you book appointment. So we call him the Cyber Embassy Michael. It's our bot working for us 24/7. That is part of our funnel. So from that, once you engage with us, automatically your data will be stored in our autoresponder, so that tomorrow we can give you information about our church. See, that's how we get you to keep getting involved with us. We can send you a free gift. We can inform you that we have this Bible study coming up on Thursday, or that we have this fellowship program. We are watching a movie today at the Cyber Embassy. Join us here. Those type of things. It starts with a funnel. And I don't want to go too deep into this. So that's why I'm giving, because this might be a little bit deep for some of you. If you want to talk more about this as a pastor or as a minister, I'm giving out free consultation on how to structure your internet church better. So go to netvangelism360.com/appointment. I'm giving 1 hour free consultation to anybody who books. That's part of my own contribution during this season. No strings attached. For 60 minutes, I will answer any question you have. I will explain some of this stuff in depth. Then after the 60 minutes, of course, I can give you opportunity for me to continue to work with your church as a consultant to help you with different areas. And then you can decide whether you want to do that or not. But at least you're going to get a free 60-minute consultation with me and bring all your questions so that you can maximize your 60 minutes with me, and it's free. Just when you get to the place, pick a date and time that is open. I'm getting lots of, I do that for 6 hours a day now. I have 6 appointments I do every day. I've done 3 this morning. I'm going to do 3 later in the evening. So just pick a day that is available, and then make sure you show up. Come with your questions. It's going to be a video call, just me and you. Live. Me and you live. Nobody else is seeing us. It's going to be a video consultation. But my point is that you need outreach funnel where you're able to get data of people who are engaging with your post on Facebook or Instagram and all that, how you get them into your autoresponder, and how from your autoresponder, you continue to follow up with them with email ministration. We are working on that now, where, for instance, every day you can minister to them either by text or by email. That is called an outreach funnel. Most churches don't have that now. Most churches don't even know what it is. But how are you going to continue to engage with people? Take, for instance, I'm encouraging some pastors now, when you finish your sermon, spend $20 to boost it on Facebook. That $20, if you're in a place like Nigeria, might get you about 15 to 20,000 more people to interact with your ministration. Remember, A soul is a soul is a soul. Your job is to reach more lives right now, to impact lives. So the more you do that, so all those people watching your videos, you can actually use your funnel to get them to be deeper involved with your ministry. From going from giving them a free gift that they have to give you their information before they can download, to the back end, which is the email follow-up, so that tomorrow they receive email from you thanking them for having visited your church page today, and then telling them what the Lord is saying for this morning. It is that same funnel they are going to use to do your offering promotion, your fundraising. If your church has a important fundraising going on, the power, in fact, for those of you who might not know, because this is what I do for a living, and I thank God that I went into digital marketing 7 years ago. Even though I'm a lawyer, I have a 20-person law firm right here in the US. I've been more involved in digital marketing the last 7 years than even though I've not been to court in the last 2 or 3 years. Now I'm realizing that God put me there to learn these things so that I can help the body of Christ to use some of it. That part about email marketing. People always say the money is in the list. That's where we make most of our money, just by sending email out. As I'm speaking to you right now, my assistant has sent out mail today, maybe 2 times. And we have made sales just by sending email out. Same way with churches. You can save life every day by sending email out. Now, you are not selling something, right? But imagine if your pastor, every 7 a.m., everybody in your church receives a ministration from your pastor through email that is also sent to them by SMS, that is also posted on your Facebook page. So now you become omnipresent for your members, wherever they are. They are being started to Monday to Sunday. That is part of a funnel. Your funnel creates a rapport between people who come in contact with you and your church on a permanent basis, even if they don't formally join your church. So if you are going to do a fundraiser, you want to do a church building fund, you can do an email campaign because you have already built your funnel. Let's say you have 5,000 people, 10,000 people in your email list. You can then plan a fundraising campaign based on that. Plan out like 10 emails explaining to people why they need to support this. Send one on day 1, send one on day 2, day 3, always having a link for them to support this program. If you have 10,000 people and you're good, you might find out that maybe 300 to 500 people will give based on that just email without coming to your church, and they probably will give you a bigger chunk of money than those in your church on Sunday. So you don't have to be a nuisance, stressing them out on Sunday morning and embarrassing them. Is email. Some of them will read, some of them will not read. Those who read decided to support. So I'll be more than happy to talk to you about that if this is something that interests you. Number 17 that you need a good mobile app to engage your members. Some pastors even tell me now they don't think they need mobile app, and I'm laughing. I'm like, what happens the day Facebook says you cannot preach the word of God on YouTube, on Facebook? Now some of you back home will tell me it's not possible. You will tell me that, right? Let me disabuse your mind. Several years ago, when they started saying, oh, they will not allow prayer in schools, many pastors say it's impossible. We die here. They passed the law. Now we can't pray in schools in America anymore. Now, coming back to Facebook, I shared this several weeks ago that we, the church, we have been very, let me not use the bad word. This is a live broadcast. We have been very slow in recognizing the move of God. When the internet first came, the church should have been the first to embrace it and be able to take it over. Because we have churches who have the money, who have the people. Imagine if Facebook is owned by a Christian. Now we will be dictating what should happen there. So that if somebody is even publishing stuff, all those Church of Satan that are full on Facebook, where you click Church of Satan, you see hundreds of them. We can ban them at our own, because we own the platform. Same way right now, Facebook, the owner of Facebook is not a Christian. And as more and more churches start, quote and unquote, harassing people online every day, like we are doing right now, like I'm doing with Cyber Embassy. If you go to our page, we have like 20 different posts every day. I've empowered my workers. You have to post something every day to do with Christ. You have to saturate the internet with the word of Christ. At some point, Facebook is going to say this is enough. They did it on TV. I'm coming. I've not forgotten this point number 7. I'm trying to let you know why you need a mobile app. There was a time when TV started. Churches did not embrace it immediately. Some of them call it the tool of the devil. By the time they finally figured it out, television was controlled by unbelievers. And when their miracle thing got too much, those who own the TV, they say you cannot even show this type of thing on TV anymore. Or they take them to cable channels. And then they make you pay big money. Go to TV stations today and tell them it's a Christian program. The rate is higher than a non-Christian program. Go figure that out. I know because I've been there. So the people who control TV, they are telling you when and where you can preach the word of God. They will even give you hours. There are some hours they will not allow you to preach the Bible on TV today. They will give you hours that practically nobody is watching, except maybe on a Sunday. But on a weekday, you can't tell them you want to buy 7 p.m. time in Nigeria to do Bible study. Very few stations will give you. I don't care how much money you have. Same way on the internet now. And it's already starting, by the way, guys. Facebook right now. And those of you listening to me, if you're a pastor, you don't believe me, go to your Facebook page, the business page, and try to advertise that you want to hire a pastor for your church, or you want to hire a worker, or you want to hire somebody to handle your bookkeeping, whatever. And then put as a requirement, which obviously if you're a church, you want to hire people who already know about the Bible or who already know Christ, right? You don't want somebody to be your church administrator who doesn't believe in God. But if you put it there, that the requirement that the person must be a Bible-believing person or that the person must be a born-again Christian, guess what? Facebook will not approve it. They will delete it. Go and try. I'm talking about when you want to do a paid advert, you want to advertise. And pay Facebook that, okay, I want to advertise that I want to employ people to do this stuff in my church. And I need the person that I'm going to hire to be a born-again Christian or somebody who knows the Bible. Facebook will not approve it. I have tried because I wanted to hire people for the 5 directorates of Cyber Embassy. And they rejected all of them. Where am I going with that? Facebook is already controlling by just doing that the way you can use their platform. So you as a church, you need to get smart by getting your own mobile app, because your mobile app is owned by you. Your mobile app, once it is published on iTunes or is published on Google Play or Google Store, is yours. Your people carry it with them wherever they go. And there's many mobile apps now that you can do live broadcast through. So when you are doing your church on Sunday, all they need to do is click on their mobile app, they join you on your site, and they watch the service. So more than ever, mobile app is a must-have for every church. Even if you have one before that you're not using, now is the time for you to go and learn how to maximize the use of mobile apps. I'm going to do a separate training at some day, like 9 ways that you can minister with your mobile app. 9 ways you can mobilize your church people with your mobile apps. 9 ways you can raise money for your church with mobile apps. Those are all the stuff you can do right now. So your church needs to have its own mobile app as part of your arsenal so that you don't wait until they start banning live services on Facebook before you start scrambling. I'm talking about next level Netvangelism now. That's a word I've been using for a long time. In fact, people, when I started coining that word, people are asking me what is Netvangelism. Now that's a word everybody is using right now. I should probably have filed the copyright on that name when I started using it about 5 years ago. I do own the site, netvangelism.com is mine, but I should have done a copyright of Netvangelism because that's what we are doing right now. So you don't want to wait until Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. In case you don't understand, Instagram and Facebook is owned by the same company. So when they start banning churches on Facebook, they're going to ban them on Instagram. They're going to ban them on LinkedIn. It's all the same common owner. And you don't want to wait. Because if I were the prophesying pastor, now I'm a pastor, but I always tell people, sometimes when we say God said, this is just you looking at the facts and speaking to the future. I know it's coming. Right now, they are already banning worship videos. If your worship video has been loaded on YouTube before, they are muting many of the churches. Some churches don't even realize that's going on. They mute your broadcast. You are seeing it, but they are not showing it to anybody else. So they are already getting, and it happens all the time. Just like for us marketers, there was a time Google just woke up and said, "You people, all this make money online business, we're tired," and they banned all of us, myself included. They banned. Everybody rushed to Facebook to come and start doing their business. Now Facebook is banning many others too now. So you have to be creative to be able to even do your internet business on Facebook. The next is the turn of the church. And one of the ways to prepare for that rainy season is to have a mobile app that from now you start training your members to get used to it. You talk about it every Sunday. You make sure they download it. You make sure you maintain it. Because with an app, you can communicate to your audience more effectively. Using email, Facebook, handouts, you can do all of that through your mobile app that is going to be on their phone. They carry your church everywhere they go. You can create excitement within your church through notifications inside your mobile app. You can put your sermons and teaching resources on your mobile app so that your members can access it anywhere they go. Everybody has a phone. Most people will not leave the house without a mobile phone. So you as a ministry, you need to be on the phone of every one of the people that are following you. Even more important than Facebook, even more important than your website. From your mobile app, you can get volunteers to respond to you better. You send a message, everybody receives it on their phone like an alert. They click on it, and people open mobile app alerts more than they open emails. So you actually get more effectiveness done with a mobile app. We are going to be launching our own next week. We've been working on it. I just wanted it some stuff in there, and I'm going to bring it out there. We're going to be encouraging people. We're going to give people gifts to download it. Whatever you need to do to get people to download your app, because now they carry your church with you. With them, rather. All right. There are many great tools out there to do that, but the one I recommend, because I have interest in that, I'm a co-owner of a tool called Mobimatic. Mobimatic is a mobile app development tool for those churches who don't have all that big money to go and give a mobile app developer. You can actually get this software and you can build the mobile app yourself. You can get somebody in your church, because it's a software that allows anybody to be able to build mobile apps, because it's a what they call drag and drop. You don't need any technical skills. You don't need to know how mobile works, but you can build mobile app for your church. As a matter of fact, this software I co-own with another gentleman in Nigeria. We've done over 1.6 million on it in the last 3 years or so. It's one of our primary software. And I'm trying to do a customized version for churches, where churches can actually go there. They have plenty samples of apps for churches. They can just click on one, and within 10 minutes, their church mobile app can be ready. So that for small churches who cannot afford the normal cost of $2,000, $3,000 to build a mobile app for their church, they can get this software for less than $100 or $200, and they can build it. They can build more than one for themselves if they want. That is where this is going. Be on the lookout for that. Mobimatic, I'm going to be talking more about that as a tool for every church to have. The A tool that I think you should have is you need to have an easy-to-use graphic design tool to save you time and money, because ministry is moving now. You can't afford to be paying somebody all the time to design graphics for you, because like I said, your church should take its game to the next level, where not only are you preaching online, you are doing evangelism online, you are doing discipleship online, you are doing fellowship online, you are doing so many things. Your church is now a living organism that is putting out content on a daily basis. But when you are doing digital stuff, social media, internet, you need graphics. Every post, you can see there's this, just watching me now, there's at least 2 or 3 graphics in front of you. There's the logo at my top right-hand corner. There's that graphic behind me. Every post you put on social media, you need graphics. So you need to get a tool that your church will own, and then you give to your church administrator, a tool that is easy. See, because the days have passed that you need a very skilled graphic designer to design banners for you and all that. That day has passed, ancient of days. With a simple software that comes with hundreds of templates, anybody can now design any type of banner. They just click a button, the banner they just make text changes. If you have been watching some of my stuff, we use software to do that. And some of those software out there are free or very affordable. I'm going to recommend you to get Canva. Canva is free, although they have a paid version. When you want to use the more advanced versions of it, you have to pay. But with the free version, you can basically do most of what even better than what your church needs right now. It is when you want to start going to the next level of your designs that you need to pay. Get Designer. Designer is my own tool. Again, like I told you, God has been positioning me this for a long time. I own a software called Designer. It's a graphic design tool. It actually works exactly like Canva. But you pay one-time price instead of Canva that will charge you every month and all that, where anybody can take that tool and use it to design basic banners, basic graphics for your video, for your daily post, for your Facebook team, to promote your Sunday service, all those stuff, so that you don't have to spend so much money. Or wait for a designer. You want to go live on Tuesday. You're telling your graphic designer to go design banner for you. By Monday night, it's telling you there's no light. And it's telling you stories. But if you have a tool that you as a pastor or anybody in your church can just click a button, go in there, 5 minutes later, you have the banner that you want. And go. That is the next level. You need that. Number 9. Your church needs a video creation and promotion software for your teachings. You can't just preach on Sunday, post it on YouTube, and then that's it. There are many places for you to promote your videos. A soul is a soul is a soul. So you need a video distribution tool. Again, there are so many free ones out there, or very cheap ones. For you to, one of the ones I like the most is called Video Dashboard. With Video Dashboard, your recorded video, you can get to share it in so many places at the same time. You can have different formats of it. You can use it for Instagram type of post. You can use it for Twitter type of post. You can use it for LinkedIn type of post that is suited to each environment. Unlike a Restream that will just do everywhere, same thing. With a Video Dashboard, you can customize. As a matter of fact, Video Dashboard also comes with like a calendar of 365 videos that I've already done for the year. So you don't even need to make new videos. I'm talking about those short promotional videos. All you do is go there, change the text to whatever you want, put your church logo, and in 5 minutes, your video of the day is ready. So you can then get videos for the next 365 days, so that every day there's a ministration video going out. And I'm not talking preaching now. You can't be preaching 1 hour every day. You can't preach 25 minutes. People online want 1 minute video, 30-second video, 3-minute video. With the Video Dashboard, you don't have to pay for those individual videos. They actually make one for every day of the year already in your membership area. All you do is click a button, make a change here and there, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Your administration video for the day is ready. It comes with soundtrack, everything that you need. So that pam, 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 you go. You need that. They come with hundreds of video templates. And then it comes with step-by-step training. So you're not even confused. Anybody can use it. These are things that we use in internet marketing to make money, to help people sell their videos. I'm saying you as a church, you can begin to harness this same thing now to share the word of God. And you don't need big technical skills. The same stuff you already have can do all this stuff I'm telling you. You don't need, because most of the tools these days, they're very easy to use. The one I'm recommending is Video Dashboard Pro. Okay? It takes you to that Video Dashboard. For one-time price, you can get this, and it comes with a free trial. You can learn that, and then you can get somebody in your church to be managing all these your software tools, because you're going to need several. The same way you have AC in your church building, you have carpet, you have a microphone. You bought all those stuff to be able to run an effective church. Same way in your internet church, you're going to buy a lot of tools. The only difference is that the tools you buy for the internet are more cheaper. I mean, to put a mixer in your church, you know how many millions it costs some of you. The money for that alone will buy you all the tools you ever need on the internet and a lot of change left. Because most of these tools out there is $20, $25, $30. Some of them absolutely free. You hardly ever get a tool that is more than $300 for that you need for your internet programming. The last thing I want to share before I go is that you also need to have a digital outreach training for yourself and your church members. Because your e-ushers, they need to be trained how to do their job on Facebook, on Twitter, on Telegram. Prayer is not just going to teach them. It's a new thing you're asking them to do. Your church on Sunday, when you do it, who is ministering to people who come and watch your videos? How do they engage them? How do they make your video much more engaging every day of the week? You have to teach them how to do that just well online. The person that is going to do Bible study on the internet, he needs to know how to do it well. They need to learn fundamental things about the digital world. So that's why I recommend a digital outreach masterclass. I just did a 3-day training on that. 3 days, 6 hours a day training, and I added more trainings later. I'm going to encourage you for you to get that. I'm going to put the screen on there for you right now at netvangelismconference.com. I did that last week, a 3-day free conference for pastors and ministers who are interested. We got it recorded, both the audio, video, and also the transcript versions. You can get access to that. It's a master class that teaches them, for instance, what they can do to get more engagement online, how they can get people from the internet to visit the physical church for more, how they can get people online to support the ministry more, and all of that. You need to train them. The same way you do workers training in your church, you need to do digital workers training. Don't just assume that this thing will happen. I'm doing my part because I believe God put me in the internet space, because I've been a pastor since 2000. Before I left pastoring about 5-6 years ago, physical church pastoring, and focused mostly on doing my business online. But like they always say, the call of God is without repentance. I'm realizing now all those things that I'm learning, making all that big money for myself. Why can't we teach those same skills for the church to spread the gospel better? So please go to netvangelismconference.com and get your people to actually sign up to get access to all the recording of the training. And finally, what I wanted to share with you that I think is most important, because this is an ongoing, just a second here. This is a learning the internet for church is an ongoing. Sorry, I wanted to type something there. I'm typing the screen. All right, I'm rounding down. I wanted to recommend for every pastor or every worker that is there, you need to join our Netvangelism Masterclass. Okay, Netvangelism Masterclass, because it's an ongoing training. You need, I call it Netvangelism Inner Circle. I'm looking for the link here. Here. Netvangelism 360 Inner Circle. That is a membership club. I think it's only $47 a month, where you get access to all the trainings, different areas of training on how to do your church ministry better. And it also comes with weekly live Q&A sessions where I can answer your questions as far as your ministry is concerned, questions that you have for implementation of your sorry, that's not the link I'm looking for. I'm looking for the for this. I think it's this one. Yes, this I recommend this for practically all pastors. Netvangelism 360 Inner Circle. With that Inner Circle, you get a complete coaching vault of literally dozens of comprehensive training on effective digital outreach for churches. We also have an evangelism private mastermind that is included. This mastermind is a mastermind of all the pastors and workers trying to figure out how to do better internet ministry, so that iron can sharpen iron. And I'm always there. It's a 24/7 mastermind. It's a digital mastermind where we can exchange ideas. People can talk about their challenges as far as implementing any of the training that I'm teaching them. We have a weekly live Netvangelism hangout session. Of course, these are all going to be private. It's not going to be open to the public, only for those who are members of the inner circle. So I'll come up with a topic. Maybe today I might say how to get more engagement on Instagram for your church service, or how to do Bible study at home. I will train about that and then take your questions. And then you can also bring your questions on challenges that you're having with your particular ministry. In addition to that, again, like I said, every other day I come up with new training. I put it in the vault so that you can watch in your own time about implementing a better evangelism outreach for your ministry. In addition to that, of course, you also get a free one-to-one strategy call. Once you join this inner circle, you're going to be able to book a free appointment with me to talk for 60 minutes, answering your questions and all of that. And then, of course, if you now need me for higher level coaching, maybe a personalized one or one-on-one consulting, we can talk about that. But I think at the very minimum, every pastor watching this, or if you're a minister or a worker, you want to talk to your pastor, we need to join Netvangelism 360 inner circle, because that inner circle is where you can upgrade your knowledge. Don't just think that, oh, Corona will soon be over, I don't need to learn. You will be leaving a lot of souls on the table because the game is changing. Physical churches will never go away, but internet-centric churches are going to be the growth churches of the future, because there you can grow beyond your physical barrier. A soul is a soul is a soul. Why can't you have a member in Australia who's a faithful church member? He's giving his tithe and offering. He's attending your church services online. He's been ministered to through email. He's been doing all sorts of stuff. A soul is a soul is a soul. So by upgrading your knowledge about how to do digital outreach, you are actually going to end up saving a lot more lives, impacting a lot more souls, for which heaven will always credit you. So you owe it to yourself, if you are a pastor or a minister, to join this inner circle. I deliberately made the money affordable. It's a small amount every month for you to be a member of this inner circle. And it comes with a lot of packages, a lot of bonuses and stuff. And I can guarantee you, and you can cancel it at any time, it's a monthly membership. By the time you do your first month, if you see that there is no value, obviously you can cancel this. But I assure you, the value you are going to get as a member of this club is going to be compared to the value in souls that you are going to impact. Is really nothing. Some of us spend millions of naira printing flyers that we distribute. We spend thousands of dollars printing flyers that we distribute that nobody comes. Maybe you print 10,000 flyers. You are lucky that 20 people come for the first time. So don't say, oh, I can't afford this. You don't have an option than to afford it. Why? Because if you really, really want to do a better outreach, you need to be a better digital person. You need to know, if I post on my Facebook, how do I get more engagement? How do I get people on Facebook to support the testimony of my church? How do I get them to give to my church? How do I get them to grow in Christ? How do I disciple them, even if I'm not seeing them? All of this you learn as part of this inner circle, and it's an ongoing training. I cannot possibly train everything, even in a 3-day conference that we found out. I mean, after that 3-day conference, I could barely cover a quarter of what we planned. So it's an ongoing learning environment. Hopefully, I've been able to share some little things that will be of benefit to your ministry. If you are watching this and you like what you are hearing, give me some love. Give me a nice comment on chat. And if you really need to talk to me one-on-one, feel free to go book an appointment with me at this place, Netvangelism 360. Where is it? Netvangelism360.com/appointment. All right, it's a free appointment call. I'm looking for that here. I have it here somewhere where you can book appointment with me here, right here. All right, you can book a free consultation with me at netvangelism360.com/appointment. Okay, so that we can talk about how I can help you or your ministry do a better job that they're currently doing in terms of raising awareness about their church online or about doing better in evangelism. And of course, more than anything else, I encourage you seriously to join netvangelism360.com/inner circle so that you can be part of the growing list of pastors that we have, that we are mentoring and helping to do better work with their yes, you get that. Thank you, Eric, for helping me to post that. For those of you who have questions, I'd love to continue to work with you. The Lord bless you really good. Remember again, every adversity is an opportunity. This is the time for the church to show that it is more than just a building. And for those of us who have been slack in learning this, some of you know that you need to know how to do better digital in your ministry, but you have been too busy, or you have been postponing it. See this as a great opportunity for you to learn. You are home now. Even if you don't join the circle, you can Google online and improve your level. Your usefulness to Christ right now is directly related to how well you can bring the anointing into the internet for him. The anointing that is in your house that nobody is seeing is not beneficial to the kingdom of God. And people are not going to see it if you yourself, if you are not savvy or have staff that are savvy that can get you out there. That's why I created the netvangelism360.com inner circle. The Lord bless you really good. I look forward to talking with some of you. Let me pull up this thing before I close this out. For those of you who would like to book an appointment with us, here is the link for that. Consultation is free, no strings attached, 60 minutes. Let's talk. Let me take your questions, and the Lord help us really good as new opportunities begin to spring up for us to take the Great Commission to the next level. Again, my name, in case you didn't know, my name is Dr. Okpebanwo, and I'm the CEO of Netvangelism 360 that was created specifically to help you do better digital outreach than ever before. This is the season, and the Lord will give us wisdom to be able to maximize it. Don't waste this corona problem. Don't waste it. Let's use it to take the word of God to the next level. This is Dr. Okpebanwo, and I'll see you soon. Bye.